oben am Merchandising-Stand. So, und damit kommen wir zum nächsten Match. Er ist hier geboren, er lebt hier, weil seine Eltern aber aus Kroatien kommen, hat er auch die kroatische Staatsbürgerschaft und startet hier in Sindelfingen auch für Kroatien. Aber das zum allerletzten Mal. Ab dem nächsten Event wird er für Deutschland an den Start gehen. Also wirklich ein Local Hero von Sindelfingen. Herzlich willkommen, Robert Marijanovic. Der Gegner von Robbie Marijanovic kommt von der wunderschönen Insel Teneriffa. Bei der WM 2015 war er der allererste Spanier, der es in ein Achtelfinale geschafft hat. Er schlug Wes Newton, er schlug Kevin Painter und verlor die Achtelfinalpartie erst gegen den späteren Weltmeister Gary Anderson. Längst ist er in den Top 40 etabliert. Die aktuelle Nummer 38 der Welt, the Spartan Cristo Reyes.
Cristo Reyes, Spain's top player, against Robert Marijanovic, Croatia's top player, fighting it out for a place in the second round of the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix. Here in Sindelfingen at the Glaspalace, the winner will face Benito van der Pas, the number 6 seed. But, despite the fact it's the top players from Spain and Croatia facing each other, that will soon change, because this will be the final game Robert Marijanovic plays as a Croatian. He's been playing that. His parents are from Croatia, but he's lived in Germany and continues to do so. Freudenstadt, where he's based, but he will be switching allegiances to become a naturalised German for the sake of international darts. So it'll be the host nation qualifiers rather than the Euro qualifiers that he goes through for these events. Dan Dawson to talk you through this one, and Rob Malarkey's joined me in the commentary box.
Well, he won't be short on backing today, irrespective of the country he's representing. As you say, born in Freudenstadt in southern Germany. So I think he'll have a fair degree of support. The Spectacle Derby.
One of Cristo to throw first.
The Spectacle Derbies that we see on the European Tour from now every now and then. But for me, Reyes has to turn up today. 4 successive first-round defeats on the European Tour stage.
100.
His most recent victory was against Brendan Dolan at the German Masters in Munich over the course of the Easter weekend. It's been a long time coming if he does win today. But Marijanovic, a man who beat Vincent van der Voort in qualifying last night, let's not underestimate him by any stretch.
140.
Oh, yeah. 2 big Vincents he knocked out.
Yeah, Camphouse as well.
As well as Dick Van Dyke, called Blimey.
33.
Reyes had a smoother passage into the main draw here. He beat Dimitri Vandenberg 6-2. That was a tough assignment for him in his opener, and then he overcame Jeffrey de Zavan as well, so also by 6-2. So he didn't hang around last night.
95.
Yeah, Cristo looking to make it to the European Championship for a second successive year. Got through the first round last year when he made his debut at the tournament.
89.
And he has had some success on the Pro Tour this year. Semi-final, quarter-final. Dangerous player is Cristo.
63.
Yeah, Robert making
Cristo
his first appearance on the European Tour this year. His most recent appearance in Europe was here in Sindelfingen last October. And he takes out top player Reyes for a 1-0 lead. 73 checkout to start things off. Lost 6-5 to Jermaine Watamena in the first round here last year. Marijanovic.
$99. $123.
More threatening in and around that treble bed at the start of the opening 2 legs. Marijanovic couldn't sustain it in the first leg as Reyes
60.
held his throw. But
did you ever watch The Wonder Years, by the way? Kevin's best friend in The Wonder Years is Robert Marijanovic. It's just
84.
I remember it was bugging me last year who he reminded me of. And it's just come to me in a flash.
That might be a phenomenal shout, you know.
It is. Google it now.
134. Or we call 154.
Can't think of his name, the character that is. Anyway, Marijanovic won't be checking out here, but he's in
94.
good shape here to level things up nevertheless with 60 remaining.
Be some pressure here. Not as much as perhaps he would have liked there, Christo, after that opening dart, but 20 for double top for one apiece. Yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. 15 darter for Reyes, 14 darter for Marijanovic, both hitting the double the first time of asking.
Yeah, eye-catching stuff so far from these two. Spain against Croatia.
134.
Be interesting if Marijanovic, well, when Marijanovic switches over his allegiances to become a German. Obviously, the Croatians lost out on their World Cup of Darts spot. He was a representative along with Tonci Restovic a couple of times, Robert Marijanovic. But
57.
obviously the German team, as it stands, Jihan Artup and Max Hopp. But Robert, just by virtue of coming through the Euro qualifiers, which he has done on a few occasions,
25.
just shows that he's quite capable. Playing some very good darts, but so's this man.
140.
It's down to a finish.
I suppose one or two cynics will argue that he's making the switch perhaps to make life easier as far as qualifying for European Tour events is concerned. But let's face it, he is well qualified. Having been born here and raised here. I mean, we've said it before, time and time again, nationality is a far from black and white thing.
96.
Twist of the dart from Marijanovic as he pulls it back and then releases
26. Christo, you require 74.
Oh, took it out in the first leg.
Tops then for 2-1.
He's short in the third leg. Christo Reyes.
74 to about to be 73 for the first leg, and
game on.
again, it's tops finish, nailing it first dart. It's all very neat and tidy stuff from these two in the opening stages.
Yeah, no sign of a 30 dart leg here, as we saw earlier in this evening session.
Yeah, it all got a little bit silly between Tony West and Jeffrey de Graaf earlier. And Tony West has returned to Euro Tour action, winning it 6-2 in the end. He is safely through to tomorrow's action. That's when the seeded players join us, the likes of Peter Snakebite Wright, Michael Van Gogh in the world #1. Kim Huybrechts, the defending champion here at the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix.
And of course, the man who is simply on the crest of a wave at the moment, Mensur Suljovic.
How could we forget?
Finalist last weekend in Mulheim, winner in Reyes 2 weeks ago.
115.
It's very satisfying stuff to watch this. Both guys playing at a good solid level here.
Yeah, and playing at a good tempo as well. Not hanging around either. It's a match in which they're both trading blows and trading fairly
134
blows as well at times, as Marijanovic gets down to 52.
Now then, Christo.
140. Robbie, you require 52.
Well, it was a 14 dart leg to make it one apiece last time. It could be another 14 dart leg here, and it is.
4 legs, all one on tops, all hitting the double first dart.
Yeah, 2 14 dart holes a throw for Marijanovic, and there we see nothing whatsoever wrong with that.
And in all the cases, the opponent has been there or thereabouts. So, look, I mean, this may carry on. We might get 11 legs where they just sort of like go along neck and neck right the way through a leg, and they keep chipping out first dart on the double, and it turns into a very efficient game of darts.
100.
But it may just be the first man to blink, the first man to make a mistake. It may prove to be fatal with the way that these two have started off. You see there, Christo Reyes averaging 99.5, Robert averaging 93.5, and that will push it up a little bit.
140.
Good game of darts we've got here.
It is.
Very little between them.
47.
Now then, a visit of 47 from Reyes just opens the window here for Marijanovic. Especially if he can find another one of those. There's plenty of room.
99.
Okay, just the 99, but has a slender advantage here. If Reyes fails to find the treble on this visit, Marijanovic might just start thinking about breaking through, but he's not having any of that, is Reyes.
140.
And some 40 leaves him back in the reckoning once again here.
$50. So you require 140.
Good final dart that from Marijanovic.
Scrappy visits.
Robert,
That's not helped Cristo Reyes at all. He's left over the 80 mark. The 157's not going. Now, Cristo might be tempted to go for the bull first dart. Now, that wouldn't
65.
mean he'd get 2 darts at a double because it'd leave an odd number.
81.
Yeah, that's the way he's gone, but it does mean he's guaranteed 1 at tops and he's not been missing. Well, neither of them have.
61.
But maybe that.
Robert, you require
Maybe
92.
that is the moment we were talking about.
The first missed dart at a double opens the door here. Was that 25? Yes, it was. So, bullseye he wants.
He doesn't like it. I said both men missing a dart at double for the first time.
20.
Doing it in this leg, and Marijanovic would have liked the lie of that first dart, I think, to try and guide it into the ball. But Reyes has now missed 3 more. And this is a real chance for Marijanovic to get the break of throw that he will need. Tops. Now, he's not been missing this. Hit it twice already. 2 out of 2.
Just double checking as well.
It's very, very good on double top for Robert Marijanovic this evening.
Robert to throw first. Game on.
Well, we saw a cluster of missed opportunities and missed darts for the leg there. Not in keeping with the manner of the first 4 legs.
93.
Marijanovic with an 18-dart breaker throw. He leads 3-2. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if Reyes were to find something extra here and level it up once again. It could be that sort of match.
96.
As I say, Marijanovic taken to an 11th leg in his opening game here last year. Could well be the case once again.
Yeah, a real smattering of different nationalities we've got on the way for you for the rest of the night. Obviously, it's Spain versus Croatia here. And that's a frustrating glance off the barrel of one of the darts and into the 5s. But yeah, it's a Holland versus Germany 45. Clash up next with Watermaner versus Fabian Hertz, and then Devon Peterson, James Wilson sees South Africa versus England to round off the first round action here at the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix. But
81.
Good response here from Reyes to get down to a finish after 9, looking to break back.
Yeah, has the cushion. Marijanovic needs to just get back on terms here, and he hasn't really done so.
Yeah, you see, even a single 20 would have got him down to a finish. Would have been a big one, but this means that Reyes going to get 2 visits from this 145, and he's going to set this up quite nicely, I think.
Yeah.
130.
Okay, it was too good in the end, but yeah, like you say, he's got plenty of scope here now.
36.
Plus the speed of that final dart, Marijanovic there. Plenty of venom behind it.
Double 4 for 3-3. And there we go, and that's a 14-darter for Cristo Reyes. And apart from those 4 missed darts at double in the last leg, it has been a neat and tidy game for Cristo. So, look, this is a nip and tuck stuff here.
140.
Yeah, the Peterson-Wilson match at the end of the night, that should be a decent encounter as well. It was one of the ties that leapt off the page when the draw was made yesterday. Marijanovic catching the eye there, though. With a 180 to kick off the 7th leg.
That is what we've been missing in this one so far. First maximum 60. Of the match. Marijanovic provides it. Can he follow it up? Well, he can follow it up with a big 1.
And a big 19.
39.
And another, a 180 followed by a 39.
The answer was overwhelmingly not. He could not follow it up. Advantage back to Cristo. Really making the most of it.
60.
60 scored. Just a break. Mohamed had something in his eye there. Croatian Millhouse.
39.
He'll need a new shirt then when he represents Germany.
Presumably so.
He won't get away with the red and white checks.
140.
Yeah, getting really frustrated now, Marijanovic. She first 5 legs went exactly according to plan. As Christo looks at the bullseye there, I think he's gone into the 13.
Yes, he has.
51.
51 leaves him 50, and even Christo, who loves a bit of soft tip, not going to go straight at the ball.
60. Christo, you require 50.
Has been done, of course. But no, I think it'll be 18. And old 60. And there it is.
In the 7th leg.
He was wise, the Spartan, and he goes back into the lead.
Yeah, that particular leg more in keeping with the manner of the stuff we were served up earlier on.
100.
But that's it. I mean, Marijanovic's finishing has been excellent all the way through. And to be fair, Christo's has, apart from the one leg where he missed 4 darts and ended up being broken by Marijanovic. But the thing is, Marijanovic has just been a little bit patchy in the scoring at times as Christo fires in his first 180. You can see 3 out of 4 for Marijanovic. When he's given himself darts at double, he's not really missing them. But there's been too many of those, you know, 37s and 45s. He's just had some ropey visits that have allowed Christo to get away from him. And ton 40 to back up that 180 from Christo. You can see there the average is just pulling apart now. And a very solid game from Christo, it has to be said.
Yeah, Marijanovic just beginning to look a little bit stretched here, and he's being given plenty to work with from Christo Reyes.
89.
And Reyes potentially 2 darts away from an 11-dart leg and a 5-3 lead.
Now starts on the 19s there, because had he hit a 140, he'd leave 159.
59.
That's no good to him.
Christo, you require 92.
As it was, he's not left to finish anyway, because he didn't find any trouble. So Christo has got a bit of time to play with, and he can just set this up. Single 20, leave tops. And he's already hit that a couple of times this evening. He can find it for a third. It'll be 5-3 to the Spaniard, and he will have the throw in 2 of the remaining 3 legs of the match. Needing to win just the 1 to book his place in the second round. And that is a 13-darter. And Christo Reyes is just going about his business here. Robert Marijanovic, it was a... You know, he matched him blow for blow in the early stages, but his challenge, having gone 3-2 up, it has just faded.
Well, he's won 3 legs on the spin now, Reyes.
60.
2 legs between them for the first time in this match. It could be 3 legs by the end of this one, and that would see Reyes over the line, and it would see him playing Benito van der Pas in the second round tomorrow.
60.
Van der Pas a semi-finalist recently in Reyes, losing to Kim Huybrechts there.
And in terms of performance, as we've seen so far, if Christo keeps up this at the end of the match, whether that's this leg or the next leg, and he does go on to win. I mean, obviously, Raymond van Barneveld was superb this evening on his return to European Tour action. And Mick McGowan was very impressive earlier on this afternoon as
57.
he saw off Ronnie Huybrechts 6-3, averaged 98, and he missed quite a few darts at double in that game as well. It could have been over the ton had he not missed so many. But Reyes a solid mid-90s average, although he's doing his level best to drag that down a little bit.
But this is definitely more like the Christo Reyes we saw both in the German Darts Masters and I think in Mulheim last year as well, where he took Mervyn King all the way in the last 16. He's never gone beyond the last 16. I think he'd just love to get into the second round after 4 successive first round defeats. But this is certainly more like it from the Spartan.
Yeah, well, he kept hitting that last 16 barrier on all kinds of Pro Tour events. He never made a quarter-final on the PDC until finally he got over the line early this year, and then his first semi-final followed not too long afterwards. So he is gradually making progress, but as you'd expect, it does get harder.
43.
That's not the greatest setup in the world. Marijanovic has just got a sliver of a chance here. Needs to stay straight, and he needs to find at least 1 treble.
60.
And he doesn't manage to do that, and he knows that's a missed opportunity, and it may well be he's kissing goodbye to his chances here, because Reyes is going to get a dart for the match. and it's a double 16 for 6-3. And that
shot.
is superb from Cristo Reyes. A match with phenomenal finishing from both men, but Cristo manages to close it out with a 107 checkout, a 6-3 win, and finally Cristo Reyes is a winner again on the Euro Tour. He's through to the second day of action. Benito van der Pas awaits. We've got 2 more games for you here at the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix. Devon Peterson and James Wilson will wrap things up for tonight. But coming up next, it's the machine gun against Fabian Hertz. We've already seen 2 Germans through to the next round. Could Hertz make it 3?
Werden wir auf das Interview verzichten müssen. Da kommen wir nicht so richtig zusammen, der Cristo und ich. Es ist ihm unangenehm. Applaus für Cristo Reyes. Er ist